Hi, this is Jim Schaffner from the Start House Ski Shop in Truckee, California, and I'm going to talk to you today about the condition that the ski and the boot have to be in before you put the two together to go skiing for the best chance of being safe and having good retention out on the hill. The big problem is a lot of times you're getting into the system with snow and or ice either still on the binding or still on the boot, and that can cause problems for both retention and release with a modern ski binding. So let's first take a look at the ski. When you come up to the ski, you want to make sure that there's no snow showing anywhere. So I'll take a driver or a brush and I'll clean all the snow away from the contact points. And one good thing to look at here is I've got a bunch of snow up underneath the brake. So you want to make sure you've cleaned it out from there. And so we want to get all the visible snow and ice as far out of the way as we can using either screwdriver and or cleaning brush before we even get started. Okay, once we've got both skis ready to go, now it's time to take a good look at the boot and the skier and get them set into the system. So I've talked to you about making sure that the binding's totally free of all the snow and ice, anything built up there. Next thing is to look at the boot sole. We want to make sure that there's no snow on the boot anywhere that will contact the binding. Easiest way to get rid of that is either with a screwdriver or a plastic scraper. You can scrape the bottom flat and the sides, the top lug of the boot, the front lug, and or you can have a brush on the snow to help make sure that all the snow is gone. So before the boot goes into the binding, this whole surface is clean, binding surface is clean. I set the toe in, line up the heel, and go ahead and step down and have the skier step down. So next step is to check forward pressure. And on this particular case, the forward pressure screw of this binding should be flush with the housing. So this is a key thing to understand at this point, is that there's a very specific way to get the forward pressure correct. The first one is just to simply take the screwdriver, turn it until it lines up flush with the housing. The problem is though, is this will change when I release the boot again, and you always need to release the boot. So if you watch down here, I'm gonna open the boot, okay, step back down, close, and if you look, it's still a notch looser than it was, and I'm gonna retighten it by one more click and loosen it up again, back down. Okay, now I've got forward pressure correct. I'm gonna do a visual on his DINs. You're at 10 on the heel, 10 on the toe. Blair, is that your normal DIN setting?
Yep.
Okay, we're good to go. Let's see the other boot. Cleared off all the snow, ready to set the toe in, heel down. Check our forward pressure. This one's loose as well, so I'm going to go a couple clicks in. Okay, and then open up, go ahead, step back in, recheck. Okay, that looks pretty good. Maybe a hair past flush. Go a hair inside. Check his DINs, 10, 10. We are set to go. All ready for a great run. All right, so we did this quick video to show you how to properly get into the boot and binding without any snow on the boot, without any snow on the binding, checking the DIN, checking the forward pressure. That's a critical step. But one of the things I've noticed, and it usually shows up on the base material of the ski, is that a lot of people do not know how to get out of their equipment. So because they've rubber coated the tab of the heel piece, everybody thinks it's okay to go ahead and step on it. Blair, go ahead and show me. So by putting your ski up like this and dropping it down on top of the heel, you basically are going to put some kind of dent or some kind of damage to your base material. So never step on the heel piece of the binding with the base material to get out. Always use your pole right up in the spot that's on the binding for it, and then use the free boot to get out of the other one. So this way you've got absolutely no damage to the bottom of the ski, and you're out of the system easily by just using the tip of your pole into the rubber part of the binding and then using the free boot to get out of the other ski. So just another reminder here about the importance of taking care of your boot soles. You can see that Blair's got some plastic lifts on the bottom of his boots. We want to make sure that he's really careful with them. As soon as he gets to the bottom of the hill, he's going to put his ski scooties on, and those little walking soles are going to protect the plates on his boot, one from wear and also two from changing the cant. And he's right on the edge of the snow right here. He's just come down to the bottom of the hill. gotten out of his skis and now he's onto the asphalt. That's the beauty of covering and protecting your soles with Catrax or Ski Scooties. Thanks, Jim Schaffner from the Start House, Truckee, California.